everybody. We're just waking up this morning, but it rolls across my mind early in the morning in ministry. Are all Christian, Levitical, patriarchal, white males over all women, even if they're not in their movement? Now, this is the big thing that keeps on getting me, because they all perceive that when I walk up, or say I'm a minister, because the Levitical patriarch method is to think all men are over all women, even if they're not married to them, even if they're not in the same movement, even if they're not in their church, they're not in their network. And that's what I deal with, because I'm a perceiver, prophet, apostle, a seer, and it is a pulling, a control spirit. Well-meaning, but it's from a different kind of teaching. I was not raised under that. I was not raised under it as a Southern Baptist. That is, some people within every denomination movement probably have that, black and white, but not in my family. And they were Presbyterian, they were white, they were well-read, educated, they weren't all red state, blue state, they voted issues. But it's something about the patriarchal, matriarchal way, at the brand of a movement, usually spirit-filled, tongue-talking, well-mannered, nice, and or mean or not. They can go from so polite to witch-watching and skulking and, invading you with psychic power. But we are open to respect the humans. But let me say this, I've studied authority for males, females. I believe in chain of command. Adam and Eve in the garden prior to the law was relationship respect. Everyone equal. Adam was formed first. Eve was formed from his rib. That means she has his DNA. But there was chain of command and order. Then sin came. There was all sorts of loss of self-government, accusation. Jesus came to put it back. There are roles and there are role models, but there's no legalism. And so we are pro the body of Christ. I'm pro let man be head of home, let him be head of ministry. Doesn't matter to me whether he's patriarch or not a patriarch. My father was not a patriarch, but he was a daddy, clean living, the right head of home. And I certainly owe him great honor, and many others along the way. Brother John Chapel, different ones through my life. But anyway, the Lord has sent me to preach. This is cross-body unity. This is not a personal other movement. This is Galatians 1:1 and 2. I never wanted to be a pastor. I never wanted to do this. I never cared about being a woman in ministry. But I certainly know my Bible, because I have been jumped. I have been probed by psychic occult, by these witch watchers, and it made me sort of an expert, made me grow up to say, I better learn my doctrine and see if I'm really wrong. I've studied Jezebel, I've studied chain of command, I've studied what is witchcraft, it's rebellion and control. I've studied Ephesians 4, I've studied Ephesians 5:21, I've Googled Chat GPT AI where it said the first church was all. Ephesians 5:21, mutual submission in the fear of the Lord. None of this submission, none of this covering stuff, that's later. I said Chat GPT AI in July of 2023 to make it official. I said, make sure I'm okay on that. It said, was the whole church Jesus, Paul, the first apostles, were they all Ephesians 5:21 in marriage, fellowship, wedded people, or were they authoritarians? Where did that come in? When did totalitarian ministry come in? And the Chat GPT AI said everybody was servant leader, mutual submission in the fear of the Lord, like Paul also commends in Ephesians 5, walking it out, meekness and lowliness and long-suffering, endeavoring to keep the bonds of peace together. Chat GPT AI said that it was not till the Roman and Hellenistic Greek influences infiltrated the church that authoritarian came in. So there's no big boss. And if you Google covering, which I did, there's no covering. There is chain of command, there's order, there is headship, Ephesians 5, Ephesians 5:22, that when I'm married, I'm like that. I'm fine with that, doesn't bother me. But we need to go back and say who is really over everybody. And listen, I'm a Galatians 1, 1 and 2 intentionally as a prototype due to control, non-servant leadership, and to teach it, and so it's Galatians 1, 1 and 2, like Paul. It says, not sent out by any one person, not sent out by any one group. I am the brothers and sisters and mothers that are out here in the field in leadership and lay, collaborating. God bless you. He loves you. Please feel free, if you're a leader, to write me and question me and pick my brain, and we're pro you, but we want you to have your movement, do it like you want, be as legalistic, back under the law, slave master, slave owner, or not. Whatever you want, that's your choice, but over here we're crossed by the unity. God bless you. Write me at tclleadership@gmail.com, tclleadership@gmail.com. God bless. No fist fighting allowed. James 3:17, Ephesians 5:21, permitted. God bless.